You are live, everyone.
Yay!
Finally, finally. So I am going to see and wait for a few seconds to see if anybody comes up. But for those that are jumping on, my name is Damien, and I was going to say I'm the surrogate program, but my name is Damien, and I am the director of social media marketing here at Surrogate Alternatives. And we are live on Facebook. And I am here with our surrogate program director, Jennifer Cannon, who is with us live on video. Hello, Jennifer. How are you?
Good, Damien. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just hanging out here. I am going to look to see if we are actually live because you know how these streams can be. But yeah, it shows us live. So we're good. Awesome. So I wanted to get on here real quick and talk with you about obviously our amazing industry surrogacy and our amazing surrogates and our intended parents and just kind of touch on everything that we can in the 10 minutes that we have. So just introduce yourself for us and let us know what you do at SAI. And so if anybody doesn't know, they'll get to know you.
Yeah, nice to meet everyone. I am Jennifer Cannon. So my role is to do all the intake processing with you when you first decide to become a surrogate. I'm going to be your first point of contact. We're going to do like your intake call. We're going to talk about your surrogate benefits package, what you're hoping for. I'll help you with all your documents. We'll do a quick little Zoom meeting before releasing your profile for matching. So basically just all of the intake processing to get that surrogacy journey started.
See, sounds easy, right?
Easy peasy, real quick.
Right. Sounds super easy. So in the process, you're actually, if anybody applies, the first person that they're going to meet at SAI, the first person they're going to come in contact is going to be you.
Correct.
Yeah. So they'll come in contact with you and you'll kind of go over the process. Let's say they apply, you talk to them, you basically kind of give them a short interview, or how does that go?
Yeah, so basically, we're just going to go over pre-qualifications. We're going to make sure that you meet the ASRM guidelines in order to become a surrogate. Because if you don't, then obviously you can't move forward. So that first call, it takes maybe 10, 15 minutes, and it's basically just to go over the pre-qualifications to make sure you do qualify. And then once we do establish that you do qualify, we can discuss our surrogate benefits packages, and then you can hear all of the amazing benefits that you're going to get with being a surrogate with SAI.
There you go. See? It sounds fun actually to know, get to know the agency, get to know you and like what you can expect as a surrogate. Before we go any further, I want everybody to kind of know your background and your experience in surrogacy and kind of talk to us about first of all, we all know that you're a surrogate. So what inspired you to become a surrogate, and tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, so actually, I had heard a radio advertisement and I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, I never thought about surrogacy before, but I know like my pregnancies were always good, my deliveries were always good. And I was like, I want to research this more. I want to become a surrogate. So I took about a year to research it, get to know it a little bit more, what was going to be expected of me. And then obviously I applied to be a surrogate, and then I had 4 successful surrogacies. So it just like, it became my passion right after that first journey. I was like, yeah, this is what I need to be a part of for the rest of my life. And then I found SAI, and the rest is history.
There you go. See, for someone watching who has never heard of surrogacy beyond what they see on social media, how would you describe what being a surrogate truly feels like?
It's a blessing. It really is, because you're able to give something to somebody that can't do it on their own. We always talk about like pay it forward, right? You'll be
Right.
in a coffee shop or whatever, and you pay for the person's coffee behind you or whatnot. It's the same thing. It's just in a bigger level, right? Because you have to give so much more than just paying for someone's cup of coffee. But it's something that you can do that will stay with you forever. You'll be forever grateful from those intended parents that you carried a child for. And, it's a part of your legacy that you get to leave behind on the mark that you put on this world.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
And it's such emotional emotional thing when you think about it,
It
coming
is.
deep, deep. Yeah. What qualities do you see in successful surrogates that make the experience so meaningful for them?
Some like really good qualities you definitely want to have is having a great open line of communication. There's so many steps along the journey. There's, patience. Patience is a huge one, right? It's a lot of hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. So definitely
True.
want to have that communication. You want to have that patience. You want to have that willingness and that drive. And, always know that you have a huge support system behind you at SAI. You're never going to be in the dark. You have so many people that will be able to help you throughout your entire journey and asking, questions. Like there is no dumb question. We've all probably have had the same questions as well. So anytime you have a question and you need help, like definitely keep that communication going with us.
There you go. See, patience is definitely one
Patience.
that you need through the process. I mean, the process typically, how long would the process take?
So we really try to hope to have our surrogates matched within the first 4 months of signing up. But there's some factors that can happen in there that maybe will get you matched super quick, or maybe it gets you matched a little bit longer. Like I said, for my own personal journey, it took a year before I got my first match.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so it's like sometimes it happens. It just really depends on what you came in with. How many deliveries do you have, where you're living, things like that. Um, I just lost what the question was. Sorry,
No,
I
no,
went off on my own tangent.
no, we're just talking about, you had it, you were
I
talking.
know, woo, rabbit.
No, no, I think you answered the question. I mean, honestly, it's the patience part that,
Yeah.
and how long it takes to become,
Oh,
to
yes,
get
yep,
into the
mhm,
program, to get through
yep.
the, typically. Can you walk us through what the first 30 days looks like, from the moment that somebody clicks apply, how that would
Oh,
go?
absolutely. Yep. So as soon as you do click apply and I get your lead, I'm gonna call you. If I don't hear from you or if you don't answer the call, I will send you a follow-up text to try to get that intake call scheduled, and then as well as a follow-up email in case that's something that you need to do. We do have a pre-qualification form that you can complete through email if that's something you need to do, like with your work schedule. But my schedule is pretty flexible, so really I can and have that conversation with you at any point. And then after we have your intake call, really it's just going to be based on how quickly you get your documents done. We definitely have seen surrogates that have gotten documents done within that same day. Sometimes it takes them a week or two to get them done, and that's completely fine because really it's going to be based off of your timeline, your time frame, and what you can do. But pretty quickly after you get all your documents done, I can get your profile created, and then we'll have that quick Zoom meeting together. I would like to schedule it typically that next day if possible, but if it needs to get pushed out, I know holidays are coming around the corner, so definitely flexible with that. But after you do initially reach out to us and inquire about becoming a surrogate, we do like to get your profile out within those first couple weeks for sure.
See, again, super easy,
Super easy. It
super
doesn't
easy.
take long at all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, and I mean, the process really is, I mean, you basically handhold everybody through the process, to the potential surrogates. You kind of talk them through it and what they need to do. So they're never truly alone in the process. You're always
No,
available through text, through phone call, through email, correct?
absolutely. Yep. Whichever way works best for the surrogate.
Awesome. And what do surrogates tell you is the most rewarding moment of the entire journey? I mean, I can guess, but kind of want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, normally the most rewarding part is when they do hand the surrogate baby to the parents. And the reason behind that is that, that euphoric feeling that you get when you see just that immense joy on the intended parent's face that they finally get to hold their child, right? Like you said, Damien, it is very emotional each step of the way. But I think that's the final thing. You made it all the way to the end. You delivered this healthy little one, and now the intended parents are just full of that emotion and that gratitude for what you were able to do for them. So, I mean, with any time you talk with a surrogate that has had a journey, that I think is what sticks out the most. It's always handing that baby over to the intended parents.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the photos and the videos of that moment, and I can
Mhm.
only imagine how it feels to be in that room, when that happens. So it's an
Absolutely.
emotional thing all the way around. So it's pretty special.
It is.
Um, Women interested in in surrogacy are always nervous about the medical side. Can
Mhm.
you explain what the medical process kind of looks like, and how SAI guides our surrogates through that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So your case managers are going to help guide you throughout like your medical screening transfer, what that's going to look like, because each person is going to have their own different like medication protocol. But basically, when you go to your medical screening, they're just testing to make sure that everything is good to go. Obviously, you've had a child before, everything went well with that. But you don't know internally what's going on until you get that testing done. But mostly, you'll have a saline ultrasound to make sure your lining's looking good. There's nothing going on in your uterus that's concerning. You'll have a lot of blood work completed to make sure all of those levels look good. Your IVF clinic will let you know if there's anything that maybe you're low on. It seems like a lot of women are low on iron and vitamin D. So most times, if that comes up, they'll ask you to just start, taking a supplement, making sure those levels look good. If there's anything else in concern, they'll let you know as well. No one's ever going to just be like, oh, go figure it out, right? Same with your case managers. They're going to help you throughout your entire journey, and they're going to answer any of those questions. A lot of times we will refer you back to your IVF clinic if you have any questions about your medication protocol, because we do want to make sure you're following exactly what the IVF clinic is asking you to do. But if it's simple questions like, am I taking enough? This is look correct in the syringe, things like that. We'll absolutely let you know, because we've done it ourselves. So we can. We've also helped surrogates with giving their injections. When I was at retreat, I helped one of our surrogates do her injections at Disney. We're here
Yeah.
however you need us.
Yeah, always there. If I guess the question is, I know a lot of people, a lot of girls are afraid to apply to become a surrogate, because they don't know if they qualify or not. Even though we do have the qualifications on there, they're still, worried of that fear of rejection. And so, what advice
Mhm.
would you give to them?
The best advice that I would give is just, reach out. You're not going to know. It's 100% no if you don't reach out. And, it's 50-50 if you
Yeah,
do.
there you
Right.
go.
I mean, because as long as you have that conversation, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be transparent. If there's something that needs to be done to help you to qualify, I will let you know that as well. It's not going to just be a no go, goodbye, see you later. We're going to try to help you
Yeah,
get to where you need to be.
there you go. Yeah, I think it's a lot of people are nervous, when they kind
Yeah.
of, step into that, and the fear of rejection. And you know what? I've even seen if people are worried about their weight, their BMI, what have you, um, reach out, because there are other options that we can help you with. And so it's always a good thing,
Absolutely.
just like you said, it's 100% no if you're not reaching out. But you never know until you try.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's one story? I know you have, in the years that you've done this, you've helped so many surrogates start their journeys. What's one story from a surrogate that stayed with you and reminds you why you do what you do?
And just kind of like we mentioned before, just that immense joy that they saw when they gave the intended parents their baby. But, just how life changing it is, financially, it can really boost you and your family. And just they came in like, oh, I'm just going to do one journey and that's it. And then now they need to do repeat journeys because they just can't let go. Or, they'll ask,
Yeah.
hey, are you guys hiring? Because I just want to be a part of surrogacy as long as I can. So just seeing for, with all these other surrogates, just how much of an impact their one journey or multiple journeys changed themselves and their lives, and the future for all surrogates, really, especially if they start working in the field as well. So I think just how life impacting it really is, and how much joy it has brought to them.
Yeah, I think that's a great way of putting it. I think that's even why, our staff is so special, because everyone's pretty much just been a surrogate there, except for maybe
Yeah,
one. But at the end of the day, those that went through their journey love what they experienced. And even though they worked in a different field, they want to stay with surrogacy throughout, and get involved a little bit more. And that's why we have the
absolutely.
amazing staff we have, because like you said, they can't let go of that feeling, of
Yeah,
helping people. And it's a great way, to help people, and give the gift of life. And at the end of the day, once you finish your journey, you're like, there's something about you, right, that just kind of pulls you back, and makes you want to be a part of the community a lot more.
it does. It really does.
So Rebecca's watching. She says hello and great
Hi, Rebecca.
information. So that's awesome. If you have any questions and you're watching now, I know we have a few people on there. Feel free to give us a little text on there. Let us know what you would like to hear from us or what Jennifer can answer for you. Or if you have any other comments, just to say hello and, say hi and let us know how your day's going. I do have my Starbucks. It's like watering right here and it's sweating and sad looking right now, but I am willing to stay on here for a few minutes if anybody has any questions. So let me see. Okay. There you go. So Rebecca said, great information. It's awesome. Yeah, so it's interesting and it's awesome to watch. Erica Smith says hello.
Hi.
Hello, Erica. Thank you for watching. Samantha Hinkle says, hi, proud surrogate with SAI. I have my 3rd beta on Friday.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear numbers.
See, I love that. I love that the community is so strong and everyone's so amazing,
Yeah.
They jump on here and then talk about their journeys. We have groups and we talk about the journeys and, it's just a strong community and that's what it's about, helping each other, help, our intended parents. And at the end of the day, giving that gift of life. It's something that a lot of people don't understand until you're part of that community.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like our community is always growing. I know like back in the day when I first became a surrogate,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was just like, oh, this is a thing. Like, okay. And then now, when talking to people, if I say, oh, I was a surrogate and now I work in the industry, it's like, oh yeah, I was a surrogate too. And I'm just like, oh wow, you're a surrogate too. Like it is so common anymore because so many people are just so passionate about it. It's like, it's amazing. It really is to see, the difference in the last 11 years.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's become more known, I guess, out there versus the old days. I've been in this industry for
Back in the
12.
day.
Yeah, in this industry for 12 years, and I hate saying the word industry, but because it doesn't sound so personal. But at the end of the day, it is a personal journey that everybody goes through, and SAI is here to help you every step of the way. Everybody's super friendly, and everybody gets along well. Talking about their journeys and talking about what their experience is. So yeah. I am seeing that there are a few people on here, but we are going to cut it. And I know you have a lot to do and a lot of contacts to be made and a few things. It says, Rebecca wants to say, we have lots of IPs that are looking for a surrogate. Reach out to Jen to get your journey started. It is so rewarding. You won't regret it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yes, we do have a lot of intended parents that are out there right now searching for their surrogate. So feel free. You might be that surrogate that they're looking for. Like Jennifer said, if you don't try, you're definitely 100 not going to be able to do it. But if you try, you have a chance.
Absolutely.
So we are, Jennifer's phone's always available and text messaging. Jennifer, how can they get a hold of you if they like to become a surrogate?
Do you want to give my cell phone? Is that okay? Or no?
Yeah, they can get you through email, right?
Yeah. You can reach out to me at jennifer@surro.com, and then we can definitely get that first intake call scheduled. You can also send in an inquiry to surrogatealternatives.com if you like.
Okay.
If you want to go that route, you can also do your application that way too, especially if it's 1:00 in the morning and you're watching this and you're like, hey, you know what, this is something I want to do. That's a way that you can do it as well. But either way, I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see the QR code up here. So just put your phone up to the QR code as soon as this ends. If you don't have a second phone, obviously, and you're watching this, just put your phone up there afterwards on your desktop and you can, get to the application right away. So use the QR code. So anyhow, so it's a beautiful day here in San Diego. And it's not like I'm going to go out and enjoy it.
No, got work to do.
Yeah, we have work to do. Everybody's in the office. I'm in our home office at the moment, and I will talk to everybody soon. Anyhow, I just want to say thank you for watching. Again, you're more than welcome to get on surrogatealternatives.com, apply through there. If you'd like, also, like Jennifer said, if you want to get a hold of her, it's Jennifer at surro.com. Feel free to contact her. She'll be more than happy to reach out to you whenever she gets your email. So anyways, Jennifer, have a wonderful day. And thank you so much. I know I kind of popped that on you. We had a staff meeting that we had canceled. So I figured, you know what, let me get Jennifer on there instead. She thought she was home free,
I did.
but
I
I got
did.
a hold of her. I was like, you know what, I have an idea. So anyways, Jennifer, have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for jumping on here and talking with us. And
Yes, you too.
yeah, and hopefully we can see you again on live, and we'll talk some more about surrogacy.
Sounds like a plan.
All righty. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.